Eagles' public practice was perfect until this. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Dingbat here. We got breaking news, breaking Eagles news. As many of you guys know by now, the Eagles held a public practice tonight where the fans came out, 50,000 fans, and everything was seemingly going beautiful until the very end when we had what could be a very serious injury. We just don't know yet. Prayers are that it won't be. I'm hoping, I'm praying, but I ain't no doctor, so I don't know. But here's the deal. For those that don't know, Landon Dickerson went down towards the end of practice, writes John Clark. He was taken off the field on a cart. He couldn't put weight on his one leg, and he was being helped off the field. Dallas Goedert put his hand on Landon's shoulder. Jordan Mailata was talking to him about what happened. And let me say this. Let me shout out Super Tony. Shout out to you. Jake Friel. Shout out to you. Micah Holloway. Shout out to you because you guys were sending me videos. These videos, showing me what was going on. And I really appreciate everything that you guys did for sending me stuff tonight at the open practice. Now, here's what I'll say. I'm not a doctor. I have no idea if it's serious, if we're going to escape this. But Landon Dickerson on a play, and it wasn't Jihad Campbell, okay? Because people were saying it was Jihad Campbell. It was not Jihad Campbell. It was whoever, and I couldn't read the number because those numbers are hard to read on those defensive jerseys. But it came from the defensive tackle position. It came from the defensive line. Interior pass rush, went into Landon Dickerson. Dickerson looks like his ankle gets hit or hits Jordan Mailata's ankle and then gets caught behind his other leg, almost like trapped, like it locked in, and he goes down. So it looks like he was going back, he hit Mailata's leg by accident, and then his leg got locked behind his. So they're calling it a lower leg injury. Is it knee? Is it Achilles? Is it foot? Is it ankle? I don't know. We don't know yet. However, this is what we do know. When the trainer comes over, he puts his hand, which looks like he puts his hand on his ankle. Now, is he just placing it there, or is he telling him that's where it hurts? Then Landon Dickerson gets up and he starts walking off the field. Now, when he's walking off the field, you could tell if you look closely the way he's walking, it looks like he's putting the weight on the outside of his right foot and not on the inside of his right foot. Again, can't tell you what body part that means, but could it be ankle or could it be foot, something like that, and not a knee? I hope that would be a better case scenario. Then he goes to the cart, and they take him off the field on the cart. He's in the front seat, and his knee is bent. If it's a serious knee injury, my question, and it's not a statement, it's a question. Would they want to straighten that knee out? Would they want him bending that knee? Or would he have been placed in the back of the cart with a knee? So could this be a foot or a high ankle sprain or something? I don't know. But losing Landon Dickerson would be a big loss to the Eagles. Let's just keep it real, okay? And first thing first, I hope he's okay. I'm going to be praying for him. I'm praying for him all night, all right? And hopefully he'll be okay. I'll take Landon Dickerson back week 8, week 9. Just get him back, because he's a big part of this team. But we just don't know right now, and I can't speculate on what it is. I can only tell you what it looks like on the video as you see it playing. But we'll have to see how this thing goes. Tomorrow the Eagles have a day off, so hopefully we'll find more information. what I'm hoping we'll hear is that the Eagles think that Dickerson's going to be okay, but further tests to come. Something like that, you know. Not the Eagles feared the worst and they're going to test to confirm. So we got to be praying. We got to be hopeful. I'm thinking positive. I'm thinking it's something that's not going to be, that, you know, something that looked worse than what it was. I'm going to think positive because Landon Dickerson's a big piece of this team. There's no question about it. Now, I'll say this. If the worst case scenario happens, and I don't want to talk about it, but if the worst case scenario does happen, the one coach out of everybody that I trust to figure it out is Stoutland. Coach Stoutland will figure it out, and he will get the most of his players. He will. And the guy, if you're wondering who's next, well, according to the unofficial depth chart, it would be Kenyon Green, the lineman that they traded for when they traded C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He was a former first pick, and you know, he would be next up. You know, you also got guys, you know, like you know, Matt Pryor. Pryor's played multiple positions before. Trevor Keegan. Those guys are listed as right guards, but could they come over? That would be the question. But you know, nobody wants to think of that right now. What we were worried about and what we got to figure out is Landon Dickerson. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully this is a bigger scare. But it took all the wind and all the sails out of a beautiful practice. And really, it's been a beautiful training camp so far for the most part. We haven't had anything serious. We have been able to stay relatively healthy the last few years. Hopefully this is the case, you know. Sometimes I wonder, and I don't think this was the case here, but sometimes it feels like, do guys get like really amped up and go and really jacked up when it's public practice and you got the fans screaming and yelling, and does that make it more possible to get injured? Like, would have they have practiced this hard if it wasn't public practice? That's what I'm wondering. But as always, I think public practice is great, and I don't think it should change. But these things happen, man. These things happen. I know people were blaming Jahad Campbell. Well, it doesn't look like it was. It definitely wasn't Jahad Campbell. It could have been Jordan Davis. Maybe it was Davis that rushed. I don't know, but I can tell you it wasn't Campbell. And it wasn't malice. It wasn't a dirty play. It wasn't somebody trying to do something. His foot. It looks like his foot got caught up with Mulata, and then it locked behind his left foot, and then he went down. Hopefully Landon Dickerson is going to be okay. He's one tough SOB, though, I'll tell you that. There's no question about it. But we don't know. So we'll wait, we'll see. And, you know, I was going to do a recap tonight of public practice. This just got in the way of it. I can't think about the practice because I'm worried about Landon Dickerson right now. I will do a video tomorrow updating you guys on the Landon Dickerson situation, as well as we'll go over public practice and what we saw. Okay, Jahad Campbell was a force. Jacorian Bennett was getting first team reps. A lot of good to come out of practice, but this was like a great practice. The fans were having a great time, and according to everybody, man, just all the air went out when this happened. So hopefully Landon Dickerson will be okay. I'm going to be praying for him. I don't know what it is. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to try to speculate. Just could show you the video, what we saw, and we all could have our hopes. But I'm going to think positive. I'm going to think, you know what? Landon Dickerson's going to be okay. He's going to come out of this, and he'll be back sooner rather than later. I'm going to hope for the best, and, you know, we'll see. I can't tell you, yeah, he sat in the front and bent his knee, so that's a good sign, or he walked. Like, I think there were some things that may, you know, that we just don't know. So I'm not going to speculate. I'm just going to say, I hope it's okay. I hope he's okay. I'll be praying for him, and we'll see if the Eagles can come out of this without, you know, losing Landon Dickerson. And for me, as long as he comes back this season, as long as he's back, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. And at the end of the day, I trust Stoutland. I trust Howie. I trust his coaching staff to figure it out. But really, first and foremost, let's hope that Landon Dickerson is okay. Get well soon, buddy. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's high vision. We're all just living in it. Thanks again to Super Tony for sending me videos today, man. You sent me like 7 or 8. I really appreciate it. Jake Friel, thank you for sending me stuff. Space Jam Jerry, thank you as well. And Micah Holloway, thank you for sending me a bunch of videos. And I tried to use all of them, and I really appreciate it. Anybody else that sent me stuff, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Denzel Washington out.
That's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.